Welcome back to Car Alerts, the channel where we break down the newest, sharpest, and most interesting rides on the market. Today, we're diving deep into a name that's been turning heads since it first arrived on the scene in Mazda's smallest crossover, the 2026 Mazda CX-3. While the automotive world continues to surge ahead with bigger screens, bolder styling, and electrification trends, Mazda is sticking to what it does best, offering sharp driving dynamics, elegant design, and upscale touches that make you feel like you're getting far more than you paid for. The CX-3 has always been known as the subcompact SUV that drives like a hatchback, and in this new 2026 version, it retains its playful attitude while subtly upgrading in all the right ways. Looking at the CX-3 from the front, it's immediately apparent that Mazda hasn't gone for shock value. Instead, they've refined an already striking design. The signature grille remains bold and elegant, with a deeper mesh texture and a dark chrome finish that plays beautifully with the light. Flanking the grille are sleeker LED headlights that now stretch more horizontally, giving the car a sharper, more focused expression. The front bumper has also been reworked slightly, adding aerodynamic grooves and a slightly lower profile that gives the CX-3 a planted stance. This isn't a face that tries too hard. Instead, it speaks with quiet confidence, hinting at the precise engineering that lies beneath the sculpted sheet metal. Swinging around to the side profile, you really start to appreciate Mazda's commitment to design purity. Unlike many subcompact crossovers that get lost in over-design, the 2026 CX-3 keeps it clean and taut. A single shoulder line runs gracefully from the edge of the headlights to the rear taillights, drawing the eye along the body in one elegant motion. Subtle wheel arch flares are now more integrated than before, with dark cladding that adds a slight SUV flavor without overwhelming the profile. The standard 17-inch wheels feature a new twin 5-spoke design, while the top trims boast 18-inch alloys with a machine-finished two-tone look that elevates the overall stance. The mirrors are now mounted slightly lower on the door, improving visibility and giving a sleeker side silhouette. Mazda also subtly tucked in the rear roofline to create a coupe-like taper, making the CX-3 look more athletic and less boxy than rivals like the Hyundai Venue or Toyota Corolla Cross. At the rear, the CX-3 continues its graceful but assertive styling. The taillights are now slimmer, with a new LED signature that mirrors the headlights in horizontal style. The light bar that connects both sides is subtle, not fully illuminated, but it gives a sense of cohesion and width. The tailgate now has a more sculpted design, with a small integrated spoiler and a sharper lower bumper. The dual exhaust outlets are real and neatly integrated, something not often seen in this segment anymore. Even the rear wiper is tucked under the roofline for a cleaner look. Mazda clearly paid attention to the small things, and the rear view proves how much design language matters even in an entry-level crossover. Interior step inside, and the CX-3 continues to impress with its attention to quality and layout. Mazda hasn't gone for flashy gimmicks here. Instead, you get a cabin that feels solid, cohesive, and premium, more in line with entry-level luxury cars than economy crossovers. The materials are impressive across the board. Soft touch surfaces dominate the dash and upper door panels, while the available two-tone leatherette upholstery with contrast stitching brings upscale flair to the mid and top trims. Even the air vents feel crafted rather than molded, with knurled finishes and damped movement that's tactile and satisfying. The dashboard layout is still very driver-focused. The 8.8-inch infotainment screen sits neatly on top of the dash like a tablet, and while it's not touch-sensitive while driving, the rotary controller between the front seats makes navigating the system intuitive once you get used to it. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, with wireless capability available on the higher trims. A new digital instrument cluster joins the mix, offering a customizable center display flanked by analog gauges, striking a nice balance between tradition and modern function. Seats in the CX-3 are supportive and well-contoured, especially up front. Mazda's engineers seem to understand that a good seat isn't just about padding, it's about positioning, lumbar support, and the feeling of connection to the vehicle. There's a decent amount of legroom for the front occupants, and visibility is good all around thanks to thoughtful glass placement and low sills. Rear seats are more of a mixed bag. Like in most subcompact SUVs, space in the second row isn't particularly generous, and taller adults might find their knees brushing the front seat backs. However, for shorter trips or younger passengers, it's perfectly adequate. The cargo space behind the rear seats is around 17 cubic feet, which isn't class-leading but sufficient for daily errands and weekend bags. Fold the rear seats down, and you get closer to 42 cubic feet of flat-load floor, which is more usable than the numbers suggest thanks to the square hatch opening and low load lip. Performance under the hood. The 2026 CX-3 continues with Mazda's tried and true 2.0-liter Skyactiv G4-cylinder engine, delivering 155 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission, which may seem old school in a world moving towards CDTs and 8 or 10 speed boxes, but Mazda makes it work. This transmission is snappy and direct, avoiding the sluggishness and drone that plagues CDTs and competitors. Front-wheel drive is standard, and all-wheel drive is available on most trims. Acceleration isn't going to push you into your seat, but for everyday use, it's more than sufficient. Where the CX-3 really shines is in the way it drives. Mazda has tuned the suspension to deliver a blend of comfort and engagement that's rare in this class. The steering is precise and nicely weighted, offering real feedback through the wheel. There's minimal body roll in corners, and even when pushed, the CX-3 maintains composure. It feels like a driver's car disguised as a commuter SUV. Mazda has also improved sound insulation in the 2026 model, making highway cruising quieter and more relaxed than before. Fuel economy remains strong, with the front-wheel drive model returning an EPA estimated 31 miles per gallon combined, and the all-wheel drive version close behind at 29. These are respectable numbers that make the CX-3 an economical choice for both city and suburban driving. In terms of safety and tech, the 2026 CX-3 now comes standard with a broader suite of driver assistance features. Every model includes adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross-traffic alert. Higher trims add front and rear parking sensors, a 360-degree camera system, and traffic sign recognition. Mazda's iActive Sense package feels polished and non-intrusive, operating more like a helpful co-pilot than an overbearing safety net. When it comes to pricing, the 2026 CX-3 remains one of the more value-conscious options in its class. The base model starts at just under $25,000, including destination, and includes LED lighting, keyless entry, and the full safety suite. Stepping up to the Select trim brings upgraded interior materials, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, and 18-inch wheels for around $27,000. The preferred trim hovers near $29,000 and adds leatherette upholstery, heated front seats, and a power driver's seat. At the top of the range, the premium trim pushes just over $31,000 and includes a moonroof, wireless charging, Bose premium audio, and navigation. All-wheel drive is a $1,400 option on all trims. Thanks for watching today's episode of Car Alerts. If you enjoyed the review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you won't miss our next deep dive. Whether it's compact commuters or high-performance beasts, we've got more coming your way. Drop a comment below. Would you consider the CX-3 over a Honda HR-V or Hyundai Kona? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, drive safe and stay curious.